Welcome in to week 8 of the BDE Fantasy Football League podcast. I'm Devyn. I'm here by myself, and today it's going to be a real short episode. First up is mine and Gifford's predictions from last week and this week. Last week I said I was going to win. Scott, Gifford, Tatani, and Omar were all going to win. Unfortunately, that means that I went 2-3, bringing my record to 23-12. On the other side, Tommy, Scott, Gifford, Eric, and Apple were Gifford's predictions. That means that he went 3-2, bringing his total to 24-11. He is now one game ahead of me, but I plan to get back at him. For week 8, I am going with Gifford, myself, Brittany, Tatani, and Omar. Gifford, on the other hand, will be going Gifford, me, Brittany, same, and Scott and Tommy for the last two. So we differ on those. Good luck to you, and we'll see. Next, we will be hopping on over to our power rankings. And honestly, since last week, not much has changed. Starting at number 10, we have Eric. His name is now hoping for at least $5 because that is basically his mental state. He is now 0-7. This man is starting PJ Walker this week because his beloved Justin Herbert is on bye. I don't blame him much, but man, it is hard to see anywhere sunny for this guy. For a guy that's name is Sunshine, it's not looking too pretty. He also has CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, DJ Moore. Leonard Fournette had a nice game on Thursday. Travis Etienne is now in line for a great opportunity down in Jacksonville without James Robinson. Dallas Goedert is also there. He's all right. And Jerry Jeudy. Honestly, this team just needs to win some point in this season. I don't think that it'll be this week, but that's just because you're playing me. I don't want you to win, so I'm not going to even speak about it. So yeah, Eric, you are going to be staying at number 10 for this week. At number 9, honestly, not in much of a better spot, is my team. Trashlawn Burks is our name this week. We are now 2-5 in 9th place, even though we have the third most points for. Last week, unfortunately, I got blown out by more than 60 points. It was a really tough week, but I would rather lose like that than lose like I did to Tatani by 0.02. It was rough because I had to start Jared Goff over Jalen Hurts. It wasn't pretty. I am happy that my two running backs got over 20 points. Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, shout out to you guys. Mark Andrews laid a dud, 0.4. It was not good. Congratulations, Tommy, last week. All the props to you. This week, like I said before, I am facing Eric. I get Jalen Hurts back, but unfortunately I do lose Austin Eckler, who provides me 30 points. So I win some, I lose some, and this week I'm probably losing another. So good luck, Eric. I am Trashlawn Burks, and I am in 9th place in the power rankings. At number 8, this could be a bit controversial, but I have Zach's team. Zach is now 3-4 on the season after a couple good wins. He scored 122 over Scott's 86. That's a blowout, and I think it's the first of its kind this season by Zach. Congratulations to Zach. Honestly, you're still here because everyone else is so hard to find a spot for. I just don't know where to put everybody else, but I know that you are at home in 8th place. So that's where you're staying. Tom Brady, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. You've had those three the entire year. I think it's a decent core. They keep on producing. Week 11 is going to be a problem. They're all three going to be on bye. So just keep an eye on that. Tyler Boyd now has a great position down in Cincinnati. Without Jamar Chase for the next 4 to 6 weeks, Tyler Boyd's going to be on top of the world. So that's a good one for you. Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Taylor, still underperforming. We don't know what to think about them, really. I mean, I know what to think about Melvin, but Jonathan Taylor, what's going on with him? Tyler Higbee, still a solid tight end. That's all right. And Devyn Singletary has been, he's been chugging along. So you are at number 8, Zach. I know that I just said that he beat down on Scott last week, but I do still have Scott above him. At number 7, I still have Scott, aka Halloween, or Halloween, because of Breece Hall, who unfortunately is gone for the season for this man. Unfortunately, he has Amon-Ra, he has Breece Hall, and both of them have been just non-factors. At least they will be going forward for Breece. It doesn't look to be getting any better. He is back starting Kirk Cousins. This is not a great quarterback to start, but he is going up against Arizona. I like your chances this week against Tatani. That's why I still have you at 7. You're not quite bottom 3. But if your team keeps performing like it has, putting up 86 every week, it's not gonna get better, unfortunately, in the power rankings. You still have Kirk Cousins, like I said. Deontay Johnson looks like nothing on the Steelers' offense. Amon-Ra, hopefully he gets back to form. I like watching him. Devonta Smith, he's boom or bust. He does it every other week, and you never know when. Saquon and Derrick Henry, obviously these guys are going to perform. We know this. Robert Tonyan, he has a couple good weeks, but again, he's inconsistent, and that's what you have, unfortunately. Gus Edwards, he is okay, but the Ravens' offense is, again, so unpredictable. I think that's just the NFL this year. Really, all of us have up and down teams. I don't know if you have anything to worry about yet, but as it stands right now, you are in 7th in my power rankings. Number 6 is Apple. At this point, I think that the light is starting to show at the end of the tunnel. This week, you get Stephon Diggs back from his bye. You get Alvin Kamara and DeAndre Swift, your 1-2 punch at running back. That'll look good. You also have Darren Waller, which unfortunately I was unable to snag because of your number 1 waiver priority. Way to go there. Happy for that. Unfortunately, you still have Kyler Murray because of your unwavering passion for this man. I don't get it, but hey, maybe one day he'll play Call of Duty with you. Other than that, though, you have Wan'Dale Robinson, Michael Pittman, who's been just awful this year, and D'Onta Foreman. He has been okay, and now Chuba Hubbard's out, so he will probably get a lot of the work. He is playing Atlanta this week, so divisional game. I don't know if he'll do great, but I think that you'll be just fine this week. Just fine is relative because you are playing Gifford. I don't think that you're going to win, but I do think that you will score more than you did last week at 98.96. So there you go. Number 5, once again, the loser of a matchup is being ranked above the winner. Last week, Omar played against Apple, and this week he is above him. Yeah, Omar lost. And this week he is above Apple. Number 5, because I still can't put the 3rd place team in this league any lower than 5, really. I don't know if he's going to continue, honestly, just sucking. He scored about 100 last week and then 86 the week after. And this week, we'll see. He's off to a decent start. Lamar Jackson got him 25 points. He does still have Amari Cooper and Devontae Adams. And now, like I mentioned with Zach, with Tyler Boyd, Omar has T. Higgins. T. Higgins is now the wide receiver 1 in this offense, and he is going to benefit tremendously until Jamar Chase gets back for the playoffs. Other than that, though, Antonio Gibson and Miles Sanders, they are just not the best. Unfortunately, you have Travis Kelce on bye this week, but TJ Hawkinson is serviceable. At your flex spot, you have Khalil Herbert. I'm not super excited about him, but honestly, who are you going to play? J.D. McKissick? I wouldn't. Number 4 in the power rankings and number 4 in our actual league, we have Tatani. Last week, he blew the doors off of his competition in Eric, scoring almost 50 points higher than him. But that was when he had Patrick Mahomes, Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Josh Reynolds, Joe Mixon, Kenneth Walker, Kyle Pitts, and Jamal Williams. That's a great team. However, this week it looks a bit different. Now he is out. He is without Deebo Samuel for who knows how long, honestly. He is out Patrick Mahomes for luckily only this week, and now he has Tua starting, who started off hot, but as of late he hasn't played fantastically. Again, this is recorded after Thursday, so we know that Rashad Bateman went out pretty early in that game and scored you a big ol' 0, which is great for your opponent, but not too good for you. So Scott is looking happy with that. You also stole Kenneth Walker from Scott, so he's probably upset about that at this point. Should have never traded him. I thought that was a bad trade from the beginning. I do like your team at this point. You've made some nice trades, so congratulations to Tani. 4th place power rankings, 4th place in the league. 3rd place in the Week 8 power rankings is Cupcheck, a.k.a. Tommy. This man beat me by about 70 points last week. Ridiculous. If I didn't move him up, it would be an honest tragedy. He put on an incredible show, honestly, with Juju and Josh Jacobs scoring over 20 points. Josh Jacobs in particular scoring 37 wild. I don't know how I put him lower right now. He is on a hot streak, basically beating me by a lot last week. This week, he does not have a flex at the moment because Ezekiel Elliott just got declared out. Juju is also on bye. Clyde is also on bye. You have James Conner, but is he actually going to be playing? I don't think so. So your only chance is the waiver wire. Omar is looking okay this week. Good luck to you this week, number 3, Tommy. Number 2 in the power rankings, unfortunately, I had to drop her, is Brittany, a.k.a. Chasing Cars. Now, this name is a little ironic because now she cannot be chasing cars because she is without Jamar Chase, who is slated to be out about 4 to 6 weeks. This will no doubt hinder her performances. Luckily for her, though, she gets to play Zach this week. The 8th place in the power rankings, Zach. So it's looking good for you. You do get Josh Allen back this week, but even without him, you still scored 136 points. Unfortunately, it was against the best team in the league. We don't have to listen to him right now, so consider us all lucky. You are looking good. Like I said before, you are without Jamar Chase, but you did just plug in Devyn Duvernay, who got you 15 points. Honestly, pick up anybody from the waiver wire, and they're going to perform for you. So keep on doing what you're doing, and you will make the playoffs, no problem. Number 2, Brittany. Finally, at number 1, he called it last week, but he is not here to talk about it this week, so I'm going to keep this brief. We have Matt Gifford, a.k.a. Rich Homie Taekwon, because, that's just how he does it. Tyquan Thornton is on his bench. He's not even man enough to start Tyquan. If you really want to use that name, maybe start him. Come on. Jettas can sit for a week. Leave him out. This week, you have all of your stars. You're looking good. DK Metcalf is out now, but he wasn't really much of a factor lately anyway. I expect you to continue to roll. You don't have an incredibly hard matchup this week. It's against Apple. So, yeah, win or you are definitely dropping below 3, let's say. Good luck. Last segment of today's podcast will be our bitching hour. Unfortunately, it is just me, so you're going to have to listen to me bitch. This week, I do want to start out complaining about Gifford. Why aren't you here, man? Why didn't you show up? Why don't you show up? Oh, it's because of your sleep schedule? Then start sleeping more. Huh? How hard is that? Find a spot to sleep and just go to sleep. I don't care if it's at work. I don't care if it's at home. Find a spot to sleep so that you make the podcast. I don't want to have to make these podcasts all alone. That's why I include your name in all of the podcast descriptions. You are my co-host. I need you, man. Start sleeping better, get healthy, get back to me, and we'll see where this goes, okay? Other than that, though, the only other thing I want to talk about, honestly, is the blowouts. Week 7 saw, 4 blowouts? That is just not fun fantasy football. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to the nitty-gritty, grind it out. 1-2 point losses. 0.02 losses, yeah? Huh, Tatani? Shout out. Honestly, I just want to see more close games. I don't want this lackluster, huge blowout games. They're just no fun for anybody. accept the winners, and there can only be a couple of those. It's not entertaining. So let's get back to the days of beating your opponents down, taking their soul, ripping their throats out. I want to see someone get pissed. Oh, shout out to Scott, by the way. Thanks for showing up in the chat. About time. I love seeing it. I love hearing you get animated. It's nice to see. So yeah, that's it for week 8 of the BDE Fantasy Football League podcast. It was just me, so I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I will leave you now with final words dedicated to my team. This is entitled, Like a Phoenix from the Ashes. They may defeat you, burn you, insult you, injure you, and abandon you, but they will not, shall not, and cannot destroy you. For you, like Rome, were built on ashes, and you, like a phoenix, know how to resurrect. Thank you, Nikita Gill. That was her poem, again, dedicated to my team. I will see you all in week 9.